The Piston Cup racer that looks good enough to eat, and who is my personal all-time favorite racer. He is Tach-O-Mint number 101, aka Greg Candyman. So, what's up guys? Welcome to episode 2 of Throwback Thursday. Of course, last week on the series here, we focused in on Chewy back in 2010. If you want to check out that video, the link will be in the description below, along with the card suggestion in the top right-hand corner. Now, of course, since that was the first episode of the series, I wanted to hear your guys' feedback on if you want me to continue the series, and thank you guys very much. I got overwhelming support to continue it, so here we are back 1 week later with episode 2, and hopefully I can do this weekly, but there is a chance I may miss a week. And for episode 2, I thought it'd be great to focus in on a Piston Cup racer whose sponsor did not unfortunately carry over to Cars 3. Meaning that, yeah, Tach-O-Mint was not in Cars 3 as a next gen or as a regular stock car. So that means Greg Candyman is the only one, and he is from Cars 1. So I don't know what happened. Maybe they just decided not to sponsor a racer anymore. Maybe they went out of business, but that would be terrible because, I mean, look at this guy. I can honestly just put him on one of the Christmas dishes as a cookie or something. Someone would totally grab him and try to eat him. Maybe not that far, but you guys know what I'm saying. Now, of course, he was initially released in the Motor Speedway of the South 36 car set, only available to Redline Club members for around like $400. Super rare. I do have one set, and that was just pretty elusive. So in my mind, it almost doesn't really count as a release because it wasn't quote unquote publicly released. But then in 2010, he was released with rubber tires as a part of the Kmart collector's event. So I have a couple here. I do have one loose, but we'll actually be taking a look at the regular one. I'll be opening one of these up here because there's a collector card that I want to show you guys. But here are two of the synthetic rubber tire releases. I love that tire brand across the front there. Of course, you have the logo for Tach-O-Mint. A nice background showing like the city. Kind of looks like Tokyo almost, but it's probably not because, of course, Cars 1 did not take place outside the US. On the back here, you have another picture of Greg in just some legal jargon. And then the back window, which I love the back windows. They don't do that anymore, but it looked really cool. A very nice kind of like clear, simple packaging for these rubber tire racers. I love them, especially since in 2009, they didn't even put a picture of the character on the front. Now, that was pretty much it for Greg, making him one of the rarest Piston Cup racers until 2015. When early on in the year he was re-released, this time with plastic tires and flat eyelids. So what I mean by that is if you run your finger across the windshield, you don't feel any depth, any ridges, but on the rubber tire version and the one in the Motor Speedway of the South set that had plastic tires, there were ridges between the eyelids and the actual white space there. The retina, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, he was 9 out of 18, so halfway through the Piston Cup series. Love that art. It is the same, though, as the 2010 packaging, but you can see the Motor Speedway of the South in the background. Here are some of the other releases from the year. It was, in my opinion, one of the best years for the Piston Cup series. There's the picture, which ironically is from the Los Angeles International Speedway, where like all of these characters did not even appear except for like these three here. There is the description. The King, Chick Hicks, and Lightning McQueen competes in a tiebreaker race to win the Piston Cup Championship. And then that was also it for 3 more years until we come to today. Now you may be wondering, RC Cars 5, you cannot possibly be showing a 2018 release in a Throwback Thursday episode. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but this character is 8 years old, even more than that because of the Motor Speedway of the South release. I just wanted to incorporate this into the video as well because it includes a new feature, that collector card right there, that I don't know how else I would get open unless I did a video on it. So I thought this would be pretty perfect, kind of like a win-win. So now he's in the Dynaco 400 series with the little dinosaur there. No series number for 2018. On the back, You have Lightning McQueen, who has not been released yet. This is Davey Apex, but they wrongly named him TG Castlenut. We have Lee Revkins and Mario Andretti, all of which have been found. Nice picture, and now the description only says, after the Dinoco 400, a tiebreaker race is needed to determine the winner of the Piston Cup, which again doesn't really apply to most of these characters because it was only McQueen, the King, and Chick. But anyway, I'll be right back with this guy opened up so we can take a closer look at that new awesome collector card. Now, before we get into the review of Greg himself, I want to introduce you guys to the character from the Meet the Cars book, the 2009 edition featuring only Cars 1 characters. They then, of course, went on to release a Cars 2 and a Cars 3 version. But anyway, here we have Greg Candyman. The quotes obviously infer that that is actually not his real last name. But anyway, Greg loves his sponsorship, but there is one aspect he's not a fan of: the paint job. Oh, come on, man, I love that paint job. Gingerbread brown with candy cane type would likely not have been the first choice of a professional graphic designer, but it was, however, the first choice of the owner's 4-year-old niece. Greg also doesn't really enjoy judging the annual contest in which fans build a likeness of him out of real gingerbread and gumdrops. That is pretty funny. I actually really like that. You know, backstory gives some meaning to the character, which is always nice. These books are my favorite things in the world. I could read these all day long. So here we have Greg loose with the collector card. Make sure you don't forget the little stand that's hidden in the bottom of the blister. They're really nice because you can just, you know, slip in the poster here, or whatever you want to call it, and it's really sturdy, doesn't fall out even if you hold it upside down. The card itself is beautiful. This is probably my favorite all-time collector card, at least so far, because, I mean, like I said, Greg is my favorite Piston Cup racer because of the paint job, so naturally this would, you know, be kind of the same thing. It features the same logo as on his hood, and then just a border of gumdrops and whatnot that is kind of like the trim on Greg himself as well, with kind of like the chocolate at the bottom there, which is just amazing. Looks awesome to me. On the back, you have kind of like that rainbow foil, whatever you want to call it, finished to the Cars logo, just being black and red. So very nice and simple. I really like it. Let me know what you guys think of the collector card, or, you know, the whole idea of collector cards in general. I mean, they're making me spend a lot more money because now I gotta get one without the collector card for the package, one with the collector card for the package, one with the collector card to open. It's ridiculous, but I guess it's my choice. So anyway, here we have Greg, and like I said, no rigidness. It is completely flat, whereas, you know, I know it's not a good comparison, but this custom Damage Greg by 4-Wheel Drive 7, who seems to pop up quite a bit in my videos nowadays because he has made so many amazing customs that apply to my topics. But anyway, the custom uses the rigid eyelids there, so you can kind of see the depth. Hopefully you can see that, especially compared to the flatness on the 2018 and 2015 Gregs. I personally like both, although I think I do prefer flat. Looks a little bit cleaner. I don't know, even though it's cheaper, just looks cleaner to me personally. And I will probably do a video on all my damaged racers from 4-Wheel Drive in the future, but I did just want to show this one here, and it does have the rubber tires, so an amazing custom on his part. So we'll just put that in the back for now and get back to Greg before he crashed. He has that cool grill, obviously representing a mustache. Headlights, even though they're actually fake, they're just stickers. He's got that determined kind of angry expression on that all of the Piston Cup racers with this body, like Leakless, Rev and Go, they all have it. Of course, like I mentioned, you have that cool logo with like a peppermint in the middle there for the O, gumdrops around the sides here, kind of scattered, frosting over the chocolate. He has brown rims, black Lightyear tires. His contingency sponsors are right there: Piston Cup Nitro, Revolting Octane Game, Mood Springs, No Stall, Vitaling, Gas Kits, Gasper, and Easy Idle, Little Torquey Pistons, RPM Leakless, Retread, and Clutch A, which is pretty much a lot of them. It's like a third, maybe a little bit less. But anyway, his number is 101. Very cool. It's kind of like a candy cane peppermint style. You have more frosting with the gumdrops. You have the logo here again. There are the exhaust pipes. Here's the base, by the way, while we're down here. Lots of information. A little bit too much, in my opinion, because before, there wasn't much information. Like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 18 years ago. Actually, no. What am I talking about? 12 years ago. That makes more sense. I don't know why I said 18. But anyway, on the roof here, you have 101 again. Similar design, which bleeds into the back here. Love it, love it, love it. And he does have a slogan, the high revving mint for your motor. So that reveals that Tach-O-Mint is actually a mint. It's not like some sort of other candy. It's like a mint that you would see if you go into a restaurant. You know, at like the hostess desk, they usually have like some sort of mints there maybe, especially around like Christmas time. And then you have the taillights there and some more gumdrops. White spoiler. Looks fantastic. My favorite piston cup racer of all time, right in front of the Apple iCar. And of course this does exclude McQueen, because McQueen's a classic. He cannot be included or accounted for in these types of, I don't know, polls or whatever, saying who's your favorite. But anyway, I do have this factory custom crew chief for Tach-O-Mint that I got last year. They're actually very reasonably priced from eBay, from Chinese sellers. They're around like $9 to $10 to $15, which in my opinion is really good, because you get a decent quality crew chief here that matches the racer. Of course, 101 on the hood there, even though usually the logo would be on the hood, the number would be on the side doors, but I guess due to spacing issues, because the logo is so long, they decided to do it opposite that. He has like black rims, of course no headset, but that's how just they all are. I think it's great. Like mine's in perfect condition here. Some of them do come damaged, so just be aware of that. But if they do, and if the listing said that it was in new condition, you can get a refund, because that's what I do every single time. And you know what? They happen to always let me keep the car for free, because they're usually really cheap, and to ship it back to them is not worth their time and money. So I get a bunch of free cars. I'm not scamming. I mean, it's their fault. They should say it's in use condition if it really is. But anyway, side rant over. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Throwback Thursday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll put some options up in the top right-hand corner for, you know, next week or maybe the week after, if next week happens to be a week that I miss. Although I hope not. But, you know, just anticipating the fact that I have so many tests coming up, AP tests, which if you don't know what those are, Google them, because you may be taking them in the future. Or you could just educate yourself if you're, you know, past that stage of high school. But anyway, I will be studying a lot, so I may not have time to do a video, but I have had quite a bit of time recently, so that's why I've been able to do a decent amount of videos. I always try to do one on the weekend, one during the week, maybe two on the weekends, but you know, one of the major problems right now is I cannot find anything in the store. So that leaves me to review a lot of old stuff or stuff that you guys don't necessarily care about, which is a little bit discouraging. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time, which will probably be this weekend for another video. I'll see you guys then. Bye now.